It's time. I am so excited. It's time for me to reread Bride by Ali Hazelwood and also read Mate by Ali Hazelwood for the first time. This came out a couple of weeks ago, I think. Maybe a tiny bit more than that. But I finally got my hands on it. I ordered it and it just took a while for it to come. But I'm so excited to finally own it, to finally be able to read it. And I was thinking about it and I decided that before I read this one, I really want to do a reread of this one. Especially because right now, obviously October, November, I feel like it's the perfect time for these books, at least for this one, since I haven't read this one yet, but I'm guessing that they're gonna be similar vibes. And I have also been missing this one so much. It's actually one of my 5-star reads, like 6-star reads, so I really want to do a reread of it. So this video is going to be me reading these two books. Obviously it's going to be the second time that I'm reading this one, but that doesn't matter. I'm still gonna tell you my thoughts. If you didn't know, which I'm pretty sure that you probably do know, this is about Misery and Lo, and they are forced to get married. She's a vampire and he is a werewolf, and this is about our female main character who is werewolf and our male main character is werewolf, and I think that he's an alpha. I know that Lo from the first book is 100% an alpha. I'm not 100% sure about him. I'm forgetting, but I'm gonna figure it out. And we meet both of them in the first book. I have heard great things about this one and I am so excited.
Speeding me on Monte Carlo, drinking till we finish an entire bottle, howling at the moon like we won't see tomorrow. Don't stop, let's just go. I don't give a fuck who's calling. All I hear is your body talking. Cards out on the table, let's put them all in. Don't stop, let's just go. Don't wake me up. You can leave the second that you've had enough. No one else.
I am obsessed with him. I'm reading their first interaction and I'm obsessed. He just said, "You're my wife," and I'm like, yeah she is, yeah she is. I forgot how much I love them. I forgot how much I love him. For some reason I only remembered how much I love her. I didn't remember how much I love him.
Let's not even think about it.
Okay, that was mean.
I can't tell you who I am. I just wanna hold your hand, and I hope that you can understand and take a chance on me.
I forgot how mean the side characters were to Misery. Especially one character, Juno. I'm pretty sure that by the end of the book she gets better, but in the beginning of the book she was insufferable. And she is insufferable. I'm like, relax for a minute. You're judging this person out of nothing. I don't know, I'm frustrated because everyone is treating her like she's the enemy, which I get it. Technically she is, but I know it that she's so nice and so just like, she's a nice person. She's a nice vampire, but everyone's treating her like she's not. And I just want to hug her and be like, I trust you, I want you alive, and I'm happy that you're here. Something happened and everyone is acting like Misery is wrong and Misery did something really bad, and I'm like, if Lo actually believes her and believes that she didn't do anything bad, which is the truth by the way, it's the little things. I don't know how Ali does it. I was thinking about it before, but even the parts of the book that are supposed to be boring and they're just there for filler, just so, not filler, but I guess to just give you some information, she does it in such a way that it's not boring. Whereas with other books, a lot of times you feel boring, and there are a couple of places in the book that you're bored and you know that you're reading it just because it is information that you're gonna need in the future. So you're reading it, you know that it's good that it's there, but you're not enjoying it. It's not interesting necessarily. But Ali does it so good that you're reading it, you're getting all of the information, but you're still interested. It doesn't feel like she's dumping information on you.
Have you by my side? Let's just go.
I am eating this up. The whole part where she thinks that he doesn't like her and that he thinks that she stinks. I'm like, yeah, okay, sure. It's a different day, even though it's the same angle, but I wanted to give you an update. I am 182 pages through the book, chapter 14, so almost halfway through, and I'm loving it so much. The fun thing about rereading a book is obviously, since you have already read it, you know what's happening, you remember some scenes, but at least for me, I never remember the details. I might remember one detail that really stuck in my mind, but I'm not gonna remember every single detail in the book. So rereading it, it's so fun because there are things that I forgot about, maybe even side characters that I forgot that they existed, and then I'm meeting them again. And there's also like the little interactions that Misery and Lo have. I'm seeing them again and it feels like I'm seeing them for the first time again. And also in the last chapter, Lo and Misery were talking about a side character and what he went through. It was like a spark in my head and I was like, oh wait, I know what's gonna happen with him. And that was also kind of exciting. I was like, wait, memory unlocked. So I'm very excited about that one. And also I have reached the point where Lo and Misery are starting to spend more time together and it's so nice. For some reason in my head I had it that we don't see them spending that much time together in the book, but I don't know why, because we literally got a whole chapter and it was quite a few pages too. It was like a 20-page chapter and that whole chapter was them having a conversation, and I don't know why in my head I had that we don't see them together that much. And something else that I remembered was when I first read this, I was thinking that I really would love to see a book based on her brother. If I remember correctly, there's a particular scene that we haven't seen yet that made me want a book from her brother's point of view. I don't know if we're gonna get that. I don't think that we're gonna get that, but I would love that.
You gonna tell me your boyfriend's back, the one you...
Throughout the book, there's so many points that he addresses her as wife or she addresses him as husband. For example, right now, she's like, husband, darling, deep inside you know the answer to that. And I'm like, that's so... I can't. And then in the beginning of the chapter, she's like, honey, are we rich? And he says, we're just banned from most human-owned airlines, darling. The little terms of endearment, even though they are supposed to be sarcastic and not, you know, actually true, they're so fun. And in the previous chapter, there we go. Okay, they were talking about something. He was going to do something dangerous, let's say. She's like, little offensive that my husband doesn't think I can take care of myself. And he answers, a lot offensive that my wife thinks... I'm not gonna continue that sentence because I feel like that's kind of like a spoiler, but I love it when they're saying my wife, my husband, my darling, honey, a sweetheart, whatever. I love it so much because I know that it's sarcastic, and I just find it so funny because for me that's banter, that's flirting, that's just great. So every single time that happens, I'm like giggling and kicking my feet.
Why am I always trying to fuck it up when it's a nice thing? I can't wrap my head around the fact that you like me, like really like me. So if you look into my eyes and catch me staring at your Nikes, waiting for the shoe to drop.
What the fuck just happened? That was the most intense. I cannot say that it was a spicy scene because it was not a spicy scene, but oh my gosh, it felt like one. Like it had more tension and more chemistry than an actual spicy scene has. Ali Hazelwood, you are so incredible, and I'm so happy that I get to read your books. I'm like, I want to go back and reread that. That was amazing. I don't know how I forgot about that. That was mind-blowing. He was like, you smell like mine. And I'm like, yeah. Every single time that I read a werewolf romance, I am constantly thinking, where is my werewolf? What the heck? I deserve a werewolf. I actually deserve to be a witch and have a werewolf boyfriend / mate. I really like that idea. Something else that I like about Ali is, for example, here it says, scoots over, he orders, pointing at the side that's furthest from the entrance. And that's it. And then she continues the dialogue. And what I like about that is obviously we can understand that that's because in case of an emergency, in case of anything dangerous happening, of an attack, he can protect her. But she's not spelling it out for us. And I know that she does that with other books too. And in this book, she does it with other things. And I really like that because I'm not dumb. I don't want you to be explaining every single thing. Sometimes you have to trust me that I have read enough books. I know enough things to understand what you're trying to say. And I feel like a lot of authors, they would explain it and I'm like, no, it's like a thing that doesn't need explanation. I finished Bride and I actually already started Mate, and I am 100 pages in Mate and I'm really liking it. I was actually kind of scared at the beginning because it starts with the prologue. Essentially, it's a chapter that I don't even know from what point it is right now. Like, I know that it's from when a female main character was young, but at the same time she's not supposed to remember what happened to her, so I'm kind of confused about that. But while I was reading the prologue, I was kind of not bored, but you know, it was still the beginning of the book when you're not that invested in the story. But from the next chapter I was already really into it, and I think that Ali did a really good job with making the dynamic between the two main characters of this book different from the dynamic between the two main characters of the first book. First things first, here we have way more dialogue from the first chapter. There's so much more dialogue than what was in Bride. Bride, I would say it was a lot more inner monologue. Obviously we would get some dialogue, but there was still a lot of inner monologue, whereas with this one there's so much dialogue. We're getting so many different scenes with them together already. We have seen them interact so many times, whereas with Bride we don't really see them interact that many times even throughout the whole book. I mean, obviously from the middle of the book we do see them interact a bit more. With this one we see them interact constantly, essentially like every single day at this point, and we're getting very long scenes of them having conversations, and I'm really enjoying this. It's a very different than Bride, and I think that's a really good thing, especially since I'm going back to back. I'm reading them back to back. I think that that's really good for me to kind of differentiate the stories. Also, we're getting a lot of misery and low in this book, especially misery, and I also really like that. Last thing, I love the two characters, like the banter that they have. If you like sarcasm, I think you will love this book. They're so sarcastic with each other. There's a scene where he carries her and she's like, I can walk, and he answers, me too, want to start a club? And I'm like, that's just, it's so dumb, yeah, but at the same time that's just my kind of humor. That's what I like. That's something that if an actual person told me in real life, I would laugh. And there's so many times that I have laughed through this book. I think that it's way more funny than Bride. Bride, I would say it's a bit more not serious, and there's still like funny scenes in that, but I think that this one, because they're being so sarcastic, both of them are very sarcastic, it has more jokes, it has more one-liners, I guess you could say, than Bride, and I'm really enjoying it. So yeah, I'm gonna continue reading. I'm hoping that I can get through quite a bit of it. We're also getting past and present chapters, which I wasn't expecting. I wasn't like thinking about it because our female main character is a character that we meet at the end of Bride, so I was like, what sort of past chapters? They didn't even know each other before like 2 weeks ago, 2 months ago or something. I have now understood why we get them and what they're supposed to tell us about the characters. I'm gonna keep reading and I'm so excited to just sit and binge it because I don't have anything to do today. This is my only plan.
I just hope that you're happy, whatever that means, whatever that means. And Maggie, I know that you're mad at me, but it's not what it seems. No, it's not what it.
What the heck did just happen? I'm so confused. What is going on?
Even then fucking leave. I hope you find everything that you think you need. Giving you up, but it's taking a part of me.
Okay, chapter 19 and chapter 20? Insane. What is going on? I'm like, we went from 0 to 100 and I'm like, I don't know what is going on. Not me thinking that the major thing that is supposed to happen at the end of the book already happened. I have 46 pages left and tell me why. We just learned that something else might happen, could happen. There's another danger, I guess, and I'm stressed. I genuinely thought that the bad thing happened, that's it, we're done, we're gonna wrap this book up. No, apparently that was not correct, and I'm scared about the next 50 pages. We are having a serious conversation that is life or death sort of thing, and Cohen just casually says the word fuck waffle twice, and I'm like, in general, throughout the whole book, his vocabulary is so inspirational, but I'm like, dude, you're making me laugh. What is with this girl and wanting to be the bait every single time? The amount of times that she has offered herself to be bait, I'm like, do you have no self-preservation?
Well, I guess if you're saying you're leaving, then fucking leave. I hope you find everything that you think you need. Giving you up, but it's taking a part of me, a big part of me, to let you be. And I pray every day that you find yourself. It's gone.
Books like this make me think that I could never read fantasy, because what do you mean I'm having actual anxiety right now? I might be a tiny bit dramatic, but I'm seriously stressed. It's time to wrap up this video. I obviously finished Mate by Ali Hazelwood. I finished it last night. This one, obviously, it's a 6th star of mine. I've already said this. Nothing changed. It's still one of my favorite books. I still love this. I don't know if it's my favorite book from Ali Hazelwood, but it's definitely up there. I really love this book. I loved the connection that the two characters have. I would say that this is a lot more acts of service kind of situation, and it's a bit more of a quiet love. I think that this is definitely such a perfect fall winter book to read. I love this so much. I still love it. I'm still obsessed with it. I think that a book is really good when you're able to read it for a second time and still be invested in it. I really love how this was done. I love the writing in this book, and I also love the writing of this one. I wasn't sure how I was going to feel about it, and at first I was kind of confused for a minute, but I actually ended up really loving it. I'm still not sure what's the rating that I'm gonna give it. I was kind of thinking about giving it 5 stars because I really did enjoy it, but I'm not 100% sure. I'm kind of between a 4.5, 4.75 and 5 stars. I might give it 4.75, but at the same time, I'm just thinking if it is a 4.75, just give it 5 stars. But the reason that's holding me back a bit is the minute that I finished this book, I wasn't thinking that, oh my gosh, I want to read it again. Whereas with my other 5-star reads, usually that's what I think about. Usually I think that, oh my gosh, I cannot wait to pick it up again. This is what I felt with this one. This is what I felt with this one the second time that I read it. With this one, not so much. So I don't know if I might give it 5 stars. It's going to be one of my lower 5 stars because I still loved it. It was so easy to read. I was scared for a minute that it wouldn't feel like the first book, but they had the same vibes, but this one was still different. The two main characters spent so much time together, whereas with Bride, we didn't really see that. This is a lot more seeing them together, having them flirting. You see the banter a lot more in this one, whereas with Bride, you didn't see that much. And also this is a lot more dialogue heavy. You still get the inner monologues, but it has a lot of dialogue, whereas with Bride, you didn't really see the dialogue between the two characters. They didn't have that many interactions, especially having interactions while they were alone, just the two of them. You did see some, but it wasn't that much. With this one, you see a lot. I'm pretty sure the first chapter, the second chapter is just them having an interaction, having a conversation alone, and you see that throughout the whole book. Something else that I wanted to touch on is after finishing this book, I said that even the first time around, I was thinking that I want an Owen book. Owen is the twin brother of Misery. He's a vampire, obviously, and we see him a lot in this book. We don't really see him in this one. We don't have any interactions with him. We do have his name being mentioned, nothing else. After reading the epilogue, I was thinking, what if Owen ends up with Maddie? I think that's her name. She's the human president. What if that's the case? I don't know if we're going to get a third book. I don't really think that we are. In my head, that's what's happening. Maddie, the president, the human president, ends up with Owen, Misery's twin brother, vampire brother. And I would love so much to see a book about him because he is so sarcastic, which is something that I love. And I think that that would be so fun. And also, think about it. Maddie is so badass. That would be so entertaining. Fingers crossed. A girl can hope, but I don't think that that's gonna happen. So yeah, that's the end. I'm so excited that I finally read this book. I'm so excited to just put it on my bookshelf. It sounds kind of dumb, but you know, when you have been waiting for a book for so long, and then after reading it, you just put it in the bookshelf among the other books that you have already read. It feels like a reward. That's the end of this video. Those are my thoughts on these two books. Oh my gosh, I love them together. Let me know if you have read Mate and what you thought about it, and also let me know if you prefer Bride. Which one of the two did you like? For me, like I said, I much prefer Bride, but I still really love Mate. So let me know which one of the two you prefer, because I have seen a lot of people actually saying that Mate is better, and I feel that's honestly personal preference. That's all I had to say. I hope that you liked this video, and I hope that I will see you in my next one. Bye!
You give me butterflies when you smile, and it feels so good.